back in the studio with Bob Clark and Roy Kefferly, and they're going to be talking a little bit about the dance group. And some of you may not realize we have a very active dancing group. So if you like to dance or like to even watch dancing, you need to pay attention here. So welcome.
Thank you very much. I've been here 3.5 years. When I came, one of the first things I wanted to do was to get into some exercise programs. And I loved dancing, but I hadn't been able to dance for several years. And when I found that Green Spring had a dance every Friday night, rain or shine, I thought, well, this is a great place to come, and I'll sign up for the dance group. And that's my story, and I've been here now participating in that group for most of the 3 years that I've been here, and found it very exciting.
Well, my story is that Marie and I have been at Green Spring for just about a year now. But we had done some ballroom dancing before we came to Green Spring, and while we were on the priority list, we actually had come to a couple of the dances that the Green Spring Ballroom Dance Group sponsors. So we knew it was a very good activity to get involved with. And once we moved here, we joined the group pretty early on, and for the past year, we've just thoroughly enjoyed all the opportunities that the group offers, the free lessons, the dances on Friday. They have several sponsored dances during the course of the year where you buy a ticket, but you have a live band performing a lot of ballroom dance music. And so we've just found it a very welcoming group with a whole lot of activities and a good chance to improve your dancing and meet new friends, have a good time.
Well, now the Friday night dances, is there a charge for those?
No, they're free.
They're free.
They're free, and we invite people to bring their own snacks or beverages at the acting
sort
room.
of a potluck snack dinner.
Yes.
Okay.
And the music is furnished by the dance group. CDs are especially arranged so that we get a variety of dances. And that variety is another thing that attracted me. We found that when I first came, I was familiar with foxtrot, maybe some swing, perhaps waltz and rumba. And that was about it. And here I found an opportunity through their lessons that they give to certainly expand my attempts at dancing other dances and other rhythms. And this is what we want to emphasize today, are some of the rhythms that we are studying now. This last month, we ended up 4 weekends with tango.
The tango.
That's a very sensuous dance.
Yes.
But we broke out of our shell for that.
You'd almost have to for a tango.
Yeah, there is a great variety of dances. We had, as I said, done some dancing before we came to Green Spring, but every time we go through these lessons, we learn something new. And Linda Conlon is kind of the leader of the dance instruction group. She herself had taught dancing for many years before coming to Green Spring. She is excellent. She's recruited a group of participants that help her demonstrate the steps, or in some cases actually lead the classes. And it's all accommodated very well to everybody's level of skill or knowledge or background in a particular dance. So you end up learning something, and then those are on the Sunday night lessons. By the time you get to Friday, you get a chance to actually practice these steps on the dance floor in a dance situation. So it works out very well. And one thing else we should probably mention is that in addition to the Sunday night dance lessons, there's a Wednesday night workshop following them. So every Wednesday evening, anybody that's interested can go down to the Wee Bowling Room on the T level of Forest View and have an hour to practice a lot of the steps that you may have learned the previous Sunday. So it all kind of works together.
So what kind of dances are you learning right now?
Well, the Sunday night lessons beginning this next month, we have a series. And if I can read them so I don't muff them up. And these lessons are also held in the Akatink room.
Oh, okay.
Sunday, the
Sunday night.
same room that we have the Friday night dance. So Sunday night we gather there, a little less formal, but usually the gals are lined up on one side and the fellows are lined up on the other.
Just like a junior high dance, huh?
Oh, I never had dancing in junior high. But for the first 2 weeks, October 1st and October 8th, we're doing the mambo. And one of our fellows talks about the mambo, and he says it's one of the most sensual and exotic dancers.
Really?
Bob Gulrich and Anna Dean will lead us through these flirty dances
Okay.
in this first 2 weeks. Then the second 2 week, that's
October 15th and October 22nd, we have the merengue. That's being taught by Jim Hughes and Roy Kepferly and Penny Showell and Linda Conlon. And then the third week, October 29th, and then November 5th, we move to the samba. And that's going to be taught by Leo Ropo and Linda Conlon. And the final 2 weeks, November 12th and November 19th, will be the bolero with Leo Ropo, Joyce Griffin, and Linda Conlon. So these are all Latin dances. They're kind of popular these days.
Right, they are.
And so we'll get 2 weeks with each one. And as I mentioned, there'll always be these Wednesday night follow-up opportunities to practice these steps. And on Sundays, there'll be a chance to actually dance them.
the Sunday dances of especially recorded CDs that offer an opportunity to review every one of the dances, and some that we may not know yet. We're fortunate to have 2 or 3 couples that are excellent. They take outside lessons, and in addition to what we have here, and they can really put on a show. Some people say, have they been to Dancing with the Stars? You know, they're that good. And Bob borders on that in some of those. He was very helpful in the tango lessons this last month.
So you can really watch someone do them properly.
Yes, and they're friendly. You know, you can make mistakes and laugh and just keep going. And one of the things that I really appreciated about it is, although Bob is married, I'm now widowed, but we have our choice of women. Generally, there are more women than men.
Right.
But the men really make an effort to get around and dance with those who are partnerless or with partners.
So that the women all have a chance to dance.
Yes, otherwise they wouldn't keep coming.
Right, right.
And we should also mention and stress that it's all very casual. Nobody gets all dressed up and to the nines and all that sort of thing. It's just a very casual evening, both with the dance lessons and the dances themselves. Just come down and enjoy, basically.
Then how often do you have these special dances with the bands?
They are 4 times a year. I'm not sure I can get the exact dates for them, but there's usually one around Christmas and December, and there's one in, let's see, St. Patrick's Day, I think there was one, and then maybe July 4th, and then a fall dance. So those are the ones where we bring in an outside band.
And what's the cost of those?
Usually the tickets are $8 if you order them in advance and $10 at the door. And then people bring their own snacks, but there's also soft drinks and I think some wine and so forth available at the place, at the dance place there.
And those are mostly held at Hunter's Crossing and well advertised in advance.
Right, right.
Another thing that we wanted to indicate is that the Wednesday night practices are interrupted one night a month, excuse me. The third week, we generally dance at Garden Ridge.
Oh, okay.
And our previous speaker on here was asking for volunteers, and that's where one of those
That's
groups.
one of those volunteers.
Yeah.
Right, right.
And we understand, I mean, the residents over there come down and either dance, and they really enjoy that. They just sometimes like to watch, listen to the music, watch the dancing, but it's a night out for them too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's great.
And if they're in wheelchairs, we just wheel the
Wheel them
wheelchairs.
around, huh?
And if they
And
don't
we're-
want to be wheeled, we hold their hands and talk to them.
Good, good. Thank you so much for coming in, and I hope you gather a lot more dancers, if you
Okay.
can handle them.
Always more people,
We
the more the
welcome
better.
them.
We're
More
always-
the better.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.